Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something really cool, how to decode the secret language of data. We're going to turn just a bunch of confusing numbers into stories that are crystal clear. Okay, let's just dive right in with a feeling I know you've had. Ever open up a spreadsheet or a report and just your eyes glaze over? It's like you're drowning in information, right? Okay, so take a look at this. This table, it's showing network connections over a period of time. Now, seriously, just take a second, try and spot a trend. Anything that looks a little weird. It's really tough, isn't it? It's just a wall of numbers. And there's a good reason for that. Our brains they aren't built to handle raw data like this. It's like this thick data fog rolls in, and whatever story is in there, whatever important insights are hiding, they're just totally lost. But what if we could just, switch on a giant fan and blow all that fog away? What if there was a way to see all that same data, but in a totally new light where the story literally jumps out at you? Well, that's exactly what data visualization does. And listen, this isn't about making pretty pictures. It's way more than that. It's actually a tool for thinking, for exploring, for really truly getting what the information is trying to tell you. So why is it so good? Well, it's because it taps into something we're already amazing at. We are visual creatures, right? Our brains are hardwired to process images and patterns way, way faster than trying to make sense of endless rows of text and numbers. That's why I like to think of it as a kind of superpower. I mean, with visualization, you can instantly see patterns. You can spot those weird outliers that you would have totally missed otherwise. It's really an essential, you can't skip it first step in any real data analysis. All right, so let's put this superpower to the test. Remember that wall of numbers from the beginning? Let's go back to it and see what happens when we actually use this stuff. So that table, it really just looked like a jumble of random data points, didn't it? But believe it or not, there was a whole story, a pretty dramatic one, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to see it. And here it is, the big reveal. On the left, that's our data fog, right where we left it. But on the right, that is the exact same data, just visualized as a chart. I mean, the difference is it's night and day. Just look at that. Your eyes immediately go to those giant spikes, right? The ones with the red lines. Those are the anomalies. That's the weird stuff we were hunting for. Totally invisible in the table, but here, you literally can't miss them. And that right there, that's the whole point. That's the incredible power of visualization. It takes these abstract, confusing numbers and turns them into something real, something you can see and understand in like a split second. Okay, so now we know why this is so powerful. Let's shift gears a little and talk about the what. Because, you've got a lot of options, and picking the right chart is absolutely key to telling the right story. So the very first thing you got to ask is, what's my goal? What question am I trying to answer? Are you trying to compare a few things, or maybe show how something changed over time? Or maybe you're showing how different pieces make up the whole pie, so to speak. Because for every one of those questions, there's a whole toolbox of chart types ready to go. And each one is designed to give you the clearest possible answer. You can see here, there's a ton of them, from simple bar charts all the way to more complex stuff. There's always the perfect tool for the job. Okay, let's make this super simple. Say you want to compare the sales of 3 different products. A bar chart is perfect, right? You can instantly see which bar is tallest. But what if you want to see how the sales of one of those products went up and down over the last year? Well, for that, a line chart's going to be your best friend. It shows that journey, that trend, perfectly. So let's bring this all home. What's the big takeaway here? What does all this actually mean for you? Here's the most important thing to remember. Data visualization is not just some complicated skill for data scientists. No way. It's a communication tool for everybody. It's the power to turn raw, boring information into something you can actually use, an insight that leads to action. And every chart has a kind of anatomy, a structure, just like a good story. You've got your basics, right? The X and Y axes that set the stage. You've got labels and a title to tell you what the heck you're looking at. And a legend, kind of like a decoder ring for the colors and lines. Getting that structure right is what makes the story clear, powerful, and truthful. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you're faced with a spreadsheet or you're reading an article that's just full of numbers, stop. Don't just see the data. Ask yourself, okay, what's the real story hiding in here? And then think, what's the one simple chart I can make that would bring that story to life?